that's the emergency. You called me all the way up here because you couldn't get a fire started.
Well, something's wrong with the fireplace. It won't draw.
We've tried everything. Shavings, newspaper, even comics. I wanted to try my homework.
Wrong. All wrong. Absolutely wrong. In the first place, you've got too much kindling, and you've got too much paper. A fire has to have air to breathe. There is a right way to make a fire and a wrong way. This is wrong. Actually, if I wasn't in such a hurry, I'd make the fire myself. By rubbing two sticks together or by using flint and steel.
Well, you'll just have to rough it with bellows and kerosene.
Just one little match will do.
Will do what?
Now I'm ready for the bellows and kerosene. Now stand back, everybody, please.
Stand way back in the yard.
Oh, I told you I'd get a fire started.
Yeah, but this is just a lot of smoke.
Ah, but use your imagination, child. Where there is smoke, there is fire.
Mr. Peavy, Martha, we got the makings of a fire here at Gull Cottage.
Don't need the rest of the department, Martin, when you've got the chief here.
Mr. Peavy, elect a new chief and get right out here.
Boy, I couldn't see a thing in there, Martha. This calls for drastic action.
Like what?
Well, like reading these instructions.
Claymore was trying to start a fire. All he made was smoke.
It's okay, Mrs. Muir. It just looks like Los Angeles on a clear day. But I called the fire department anyway.
Hey, let's switch rule 17. Okay.
Where's Claymore?
Oh, the big Indian chief, still in the living room. But I think they'll get here before he does any real damage.
What are you doing, you pin-headed paramediac?
Don't touch me! You wouldn't hurt a volunteer who's laying down his life for his township, would you?
Stand aside, Chief.
A bit showy, but effective.
Those inefficient oafs.
And right on schedule. Exactly 1 hour late.
Madam, because of that overage squirt gun they're driving, Gull Cottage might have been reduced to cinders had there been a real fire.
You're right, Captain. Something should be done about that Tunaville trolley.
Up to it, man!
All right, men! Break down them doors! Shut down them windows!
Ah! Hold it! Hold it! Claymore's already put out the fire.
He did?
Yes.
Darn that Claymore, we're never going to get any practice.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry, fellas, fire's out.
No, it ain't, Phoebe.
Engine's on fire. Radiator's boiling out. Stand on fire. Get the hose! Get the hose! Dad's coming, Phoebe. Left the hose nozzle from back at the station house. Dad, burn you deep!
Don't make no difference. The pump ain't working.
I'll get the garden hose.
Good thinking, Mrs. Muir.
Hey, can I ring the bell? Can I work the siren?
Go ahead, kid. They're the only things that are working.
What's going on, Mr. Peavy?
Don't you worry, Martha. Mrs. Muir is going to get the garden hose.
That's a switch. The house putting out the fire engine.
Get rid of it. Is that what you said, Mrs. Muir? Get rid of all 17? Oh. Do you realize that there are 3 generations of Schooner Bayites who just love that gallant old engine?
The radiator boiled over. The water pump didn't work. The hose didn't even have a nozzle, and the poor thing can't go but 10 miles an hour.
So?
So?
So it has a few inconveniences. Where is your sentiment, Mrs. Muir?
Sentiment will not put out a fire.
Then I stand on the record. Only 2 houses have burned down in the past 5 years.
There have only been 2 fires in the last 5 years.
A mere detail. I know you're acting out of the goodness of your heart, Mrs. Muir, but the purchase of a costly new engine is not compatible with the town's tight budget.
Tight is the key word.
And as president of the council, there are more important things the council can do with the taxpayers' money, as anyone can plainly see.
Like this little fact-finding trip to the Bahamas last winter.
It was vital to visit our sister city, St. John, to see how they operated their government. And besides, Mrs. Muir, we entertained all of Schooner Bay with the calypso songs that we brought back.
Certainly did.
Take the money and run to Caracas. Take the money and run to Caracas.
Venezuela.
Whatever.
We are entitled to better fire protection than old 17 can give us. And I'm taking it up at the next council meeting.
You are welcome to try, Mrs. Muir, but it's only fair to warn you that there's not one man there who doesn't remember with great fondness the Nassau tan he got last winter.
Mom?
Kind of busy right now, kids.
Well, we were just wondering if you saw Old 17 in town. Is it all right?
Right not.
Old 17 must go? Mom, all the kids love it. We think it's neat.
It's too old for its purpose. Nothing works.
Well, the bell works. So does the siren. Yeah.
But not the engine. That's why I'm writing this editorial.
I suggest, madam, that you are not taking the best course of action.
He's right, Mom. Listen to him.
If I were you, I'd go to the county fire commissioner and get him to condemn the engine.
He's wrong, Mom. Don't listen to him.
Commissioner, that's an excellent idea, Captain. Thank you.
Glad to be of help, madam.
I'll get on it right away.
Gee, Captain, all us kids will sure miss it.
I'm sorry, mates. In time, you'll understand it was all for the best.
I won't. Me neither. Will you, Scruffy?
Yes?
Commissioner, that Mrs. Muir is on her way up. She called about the fire engine.
Oh, yes. These crusading ladies and their causes. Very well, send in the old barge from Schooner Bay.
Shall I give you the usual urgent business call after 2 minutes?
Yeah. Every minute to buy the minute. And listen, if she doesn't budge, tell her it's a national alert.
Commissioner Lilly? I'm Carolyn Muir.
Yeah, well, just have a seat. Oh, let me help you.
You were expecting me, weren't you?
Not with the way my luck's been running, but you did come to a man who can get the job done. Foot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
It's all right. It's in the line of duty. Now, tell me, what is the problem that you're having with your fire engine, Mrs. Muir?
Well, it's antiquated, obsolete, and should be condemned. It would be laughable if it weren't so serious. I mean, the engine itself is a fire trap.
Excuse me. Yes?
There's an urgent call for you, Commissioner.
Not now, Miss Madison. I'm sympathetic to your cause. Well, Mrs. Muir, I'd like to show you the fire engine which we're recommending this year. Yeah, this is a model of it. I made it myself. Isn't it a beauty?
Oh, that's just what we need.
Yes, I'd like to show you some of the areas that have already got one. Yes?
Urgent call for you, Mr. Lilly.
And, hold all calls, Miss Madison.
What about the national alert?
Listen, you've got a year and a half to go until your pension is due. Don't blow it. Now then, Mrs. Muir, what we'll do is we'll test your old engine. And if it doesn't pass, condemned.
Afraid that's the condition our engine's in right now. Sorry about that.
I'll make out the county order to appear, and I'll put it in the mail to the Schooner Bay Council tonight.
Oh, well, I'm going back there. I could deliver it myself.
Oh, well, fine. I've never seen such a pretty postman. Okay, now, who do I make the order out to?
Claymore Gregg, president of the council.
Lily. There you are, Mrs. Muir.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's a pleasure to meet someone who knows how to get things done.
Thank you. This new long ties.
Well, thank you very much.
You are hereby ordered to appear with all firefighting equipment ready to perform a series of tests, and to show cause why said equipment should not be condemned. Signed, E.B. Lilly, Commissioner. Mrs. Muir, how could you do this to me? Right under my nose when my back was turned.
You'd be saving everyone a lot of trouble if you just order a new engine.
Shoot if you must, this old gray head, but spare my engine's life, he said.
That was Barbara Fritchie, and she wasn't defending a broken-down fire engine.
A treasured antique. Mrs. Muir, in my youth, I revered that engine, and I shall protect it now.
She was referring to her flag.
Then Old 17 is my honored banner, and its valiant crew, Mrs. Muir, will meet whatever test that there might be. And as far as Commissioner Lilly, he has received his last Calypso record from me.
There you are, madam.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
You're entirely welcome. I'll feel a lot easier once that smoke-belching old derelict is relegated to the sidelines.
Yes, I will, too.
Yeah.
Kids!
They're in their room, Mrs. Muir. They're upset because old 17 is going to that last great fire hydrant in the sky.
I seem to be missing a crew. Aren't you coming to see old 17 tested?
We're going on a hike. We've been planning it for weeks.
I know what's bothering you. Let's talk about it, huh?
Well, old 17's a member of the family, just like Scruffy. All the kids play on it after school. If you're sad, you can ring the bell and it cheers you up.
It may seem like a toy to you, but the function of a fire engine is to protect lives and property. And if it gets too old to do the job, then something has to be done about it. Agreed? I'll tell you what, I'll make it up to you, I promise. Any volunteers for a smile? Just a little one? That's better. Now, come on. I'll have Martha fix you some sandwiches for your hike, okay?
Okay.
It's taken them 28 minutes to get here.
But don't forget, Commissioner, they've had to come a whole mile.
My grandmother made better time riding side saddle for the Pony Express, and she fell off a lot.
Move it! Attention!
Return the salute, Commissioner. At ease, man. Pretty good for an old gal, huh? And we were bucking headwinds all the way. We're ready for those tests, sir. Throw the book at it.
Get that hunk of tin out of here, I'll have you arrested for arson.
I don't mean to sound rude, Commissioner, but you cannot condemn our engine. According to the Schooner Bay fire regulations, we were exceeding the speed limit by, Mr. Peavy, please, V for 2 miles an hour.
Claymore, that's dated 1911.
But these are the current regulations too, Mrs. Muir, since they've never been changed. There's not one thing on this paper, Commissioner, that engine cannot meet. At ease, men. Steady. Tension. Including the emergency pair of blinders we carry for the horses.
You got a pair for me?
May we proceed, Commissioner? My men are getting restless.
Proceed.
Attention! Battle stations, men, on with the test! Go on the double!
Can he really get away with this, Commissioner?
Technically, I'm afraid so.
Unfurrow that lovely brow, madam. By the time I finish with that bumbling brigade, they won't be able to pass any regulations.
Clear the way, please! Look out! Hold it, hold it! That's right, everybody! Ladies and gentlemen, and Commissioner Lilly, the precision crew of all 17 will now demonstrate its skill, honed through years of rigorous training. The first test, life net drill. Are you ready up there? Ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind that in times of emergency, that dummy would be a live human being. All right? Throw out the dummy! Oh!
Close.
Can you imagine how that happened? Dummy must have hit an air pocket. We're now shape up, men, all together now. Back on target, come on. All right! Throw out the dummy!
Well, at least the sidewalk broke its fall. All right, Greg, let's see how your men handle a real fire. Light the target!
Commissioner, we have chosen number 2.5 nozzle, the high-velocity one. Men, man the hose! I shall prepare to receive the hose. What's the matter with you guys? Put a little muscle in it. Come on, men. Pull!
Keystone Cops, but the Keystone Firemen?
Well, they're very good at calypso.
Here we come again, Claymore. All right, fans, get in there and full. 1, 2, go! Now that's better. All right, TV, full pressure. Turn it up, Claymore. Grip the earth, boys. Here she comes. Full pressure on.
You are the most inept, incompetent. Doesn't anything work?
I don't understand it, Commissioner. This worked perfect before. Petey! Cut the hose! I mean, cut the water, not the hose! Stand here, stupid, head, get that hose back in the truck! Will you watch the water? Commissioner, I swear I don't understand this whole thing.
I'm not only condemning the fire engine, but the whole Tinker Toy crew. You couldn't put out a match.
No, but please, Commissioner.
1911 regulations. You couldn't pass them if they were written in 1492.
Mother! What is it? What's the matter, kids? It's Scruffy. We were walking near the beach and he got trapped up on a ledge and he can't get down. You've got to save him.
Okay, don't worry. Now look at him.
Oh, that's fate! Come on! TV, rev up the engine! The Muir dog is trapped on the beach on a ledge! We're gonna rescue him! That's what we volunteered it for! Come on, Ben! Here we go! All right, get that engine loaded up! Let's move it! Come on, TV, hurry up! Here, right up there! Come on! Let's move it!
All right, Scruffy, we'll get you.
Okay, let it up! Wait a minute, we gotta hang up here. All right, got it. Let's go, men! That's it. Come on, let's go. I'll make the rescue myself. Hurry up, Captain.
Captain. Present, madam.
Captain, please help rescue Scruffy.
Trust me, madam. I won't let anything happen to our little friend. But if I rescue him now in front of all these people, the ghostly legend of Gull Cottage will be confirmed. Our lives there will never be the same.
But Scruffy's life is in danger. That's what's important now.
I know. But perhaps Claymore, by some miracle beyond me, will rescue him first.
That's the way, Peavy.
Step
about 10 feet short, Claymore.
I've got sheer inspiration. We'll make a human ladder on top of this one. Peavy goes up first, I get on his shoulders and make the rescue. Up, Peavy.
Right, Chief.
How about me getting on top of you? Do you want to go again next winter to the Bahamas?
I'm on my way up.
Hold the flag, let's go in!
Claymore.
Here I come. Now hold it tight, Peavy, please.
I got you. Watch it, Claymore. You got your foot in my mouth.
Is it my fault you got a big mouth? Come on, Scruffy, now, come on. Come to Uncle Claymore. Please. Pretty please, I can't hold on much longer. Ooh! Ooh! That's a good boy. Ooh! I got him!
I would have said that crew couldn't do anything right if they stood on their heads. But by George, that's just the way they did it.
Okay, baby.
Great, Claymore. You were terrific.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mrs. Mule. All right, men. Let's fold up that ladder and get it on the truck. Let's move the extension. Come on. Okay, boys, let's go.
Madam, our privacy is still happily secure.
Claymore actually did it. But was it a miracle beyond you?
I didn't raise one invisible finger to help him. It was purely a matter of human endeavor. But for Claymore, that is somewhat of a miracle.
Thank you, Claymore, for donating old 17 to the school for the children to play on.
Oh, it was your idea to give it to the school, Mrs. Muir. And besides, we are getting the new fire engine. And after all, the donation is tax deductible. Oh, now stand clear, Mrs. Muir. Mr. Peavy, please. To the school.
Right, Chief.
To the school. To the school. Men, pushing positions, please.